Hey guys, welcome to my podcast. On today's episode, we're going to do Let's Talk Relationships. I'm Lucas, this is Amanda, and we're just going to dive right in. We're going to dive right in because there's a lot of controversy with relationships nowadays, with the idea of like what a relationship should look like, what it should feel like, what it should be like, etc. And I just want to hear from a person who is in a relationship in this day and age, a person who's single in this day and age, and but knows from experience with relationships how things should be and what I want. You know. First question though, we're gonna dive right into is what does true love mean to you? Because I know everyone's like view of true love is completely different. So I'll let you go first. I want to hear what you have to say.
I feel like, well, yeah, I do feel like true love is definitely different for everybody. I feel like my version of true love, I'm so sorry. My version of true love is somebody I know who's gonna like love and support me for who I am and isn't gonna want me to change in a relationship, and somebody who I feel like I don't have to be a certain kind of person around. Like with the guy I'm in a relationship with now, the man I'm in a relationship with now, it is totally like that. Like I know I could look the ugliest I've ever fucking looked in my life, and trust me, he's seen that. And shut the fuck up. And I know that he's still gonna love me. I know he's still gonna want to show me off. He's gonna still want to take me out to dinner. And I feel like true love is definitely like having that connection with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also somebody who's gonna love you when you can't love yourself. Why the fuck are you laughing?
Sorry, the golf got me. Continue.
Did I golf?
Good. Sorry.
Somebody who's gonna be able to love you enough when you don't love yourself. Who's gonna be able to like make up the love that you're lacking. So like, there's a day I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling it. I'm not loving myself.
That's just my fucking. Sorry, everybody. I'm looking at my mustache.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not loving myself. I know that he will give me all the love and some when I'm not feeling it, because he loves me enough to do that, and I love him enough to do that. True love is also literally like a best friend. Literally a best friend.
I just feel like love needs to be built off of friendship. That like I've always been the biggest friend to lover. Like, how do you say that word? It's trope. How do you say that word? Troph.
Y'all tell me if you know what the fuck he's talking about. I
Trope. I maybe I'm like fucking, but like I've always wanted. I love that kind of like, because with friends you get comfortable. You're able to be the most weirdest, most stupidest, most like fucking idiotic person, and they still love you because that's what friends are for. And I feel like if you don't have that kind of like that kind of bond with your partner, it's never really gonna be a full. I feel like full on like that love. Like, you know, there's a friend love that goes so deep, and then once it turns into like lovers, that shit like that's where I feel like is the most genuine and like beautiful kind of love that there is.
I agree.
And based off like what she said, like, I mean, true love means obviously different for everybody. For me, it's unconditional, because you can love someone conditionally, like you can love a person, right, whatever, but unconditional love, it's no matter what they look like, no matter what their past is, no matter what dreams and passions they have, or because we change every month. Every person, we don't stay the same. You know, every month we have changed, we have grown, we have learned. And a part of that is like unconditional love is you're growing alongside your partner, and you're pushing them to be better, and they're pushing you to be better. And that, I feel like that is true love right there. They support you no matter what you do, because I change my mind all the fucking time about what I want to do, where am I going, you know. And just to have that love and support to someone, be like, oh, you want to do this? Okay, I'll support you. Whatever you want to do, that's you. You know, I feel like that's love right there, you know. And I feel like that's so beautiful. And I fucking sometimes when I see them when her all loving and shit, I'm like, damn, I want that. But
it's rare. I also don't think it always has to be friends to lovers, but what, to the extent of what he's saying, is getting to love their personality first, I think, is like a big thing, because it's always like, oh my god, like, you're so hot, like I want to, you know, do dirty things with you, and then it's like, I think I love you. No, you love what they gave you. Love, like, I love Lucas not because of what he looks like. I love him because I know him deep down. Same with my boyfriend. I was like first of all, he's hot, but also, like, when we went on the first date, there was, like, key points where it's, like, he wanted to know my passions, my hobbies, my love life, like, my parents, my friends. He wanted to know all that. That's kind of what I feel you're saying, is, like,
Yeah.
know them personally and their personality first,
Before.
and then jump in. Because if I didn't like his personality, why the fuck would I be with him?
Exactly. Yeah. Because
Not for just dick.
Hey, I don't know if we can cut that part out or bleep.
Duck. Quack.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of lost my train of thought listening because you're basically saying what I was thinking.
I was gonna be mean. You just basically said bullshit. So
Bullshit. Okay, ready? How do you balance personal growth with a committed relationship?
together,
Like,
I know whatever personal growth I need to make, he's gonna make with me. And I know, like, I had to overcome some shitty stuff when I first met him. I was going through one of the worst times of my life. And I had to go through my own personal growth, but it was also like, he helped me do it. So, personal growth, yes. Independent growth, yes. Do it all the way. But also, if you can't independently do it with somebody else, that's kind of wrong, because you always need a shoulder to lean on. There's always somebody you need to lean on. And that needs to be your partner. So, growing independently with each other. It's hard to explain, but like when you're in a relationship, you feel it. You feel like, I want this person to help me, but I also want to do it for myself.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Because some people get it confused where it's like, so, okay, let's say like, because now, when I was single, when I became single, right, I haven't been single for my whole life. I've always been in a relationship, so I never really had time for myself. And this is the first time in my life I've actually been on my own, and I've been not in a relationship or anything. But once I do like someone, and and it's some serious shit, thank you. I still think about myself, like 100%, like what my passions, etc. But with that, like, other person now in my life, I see more of like motivation to really hit those passions and really like drive myself. Like, not just for them, but also for me, because they give me that motivation and they give me like more of a purpose to be like, oh my God, like I really want to do this, not for just myself, but for this beautiful human being, who's giving me the love that I've always never received, kind of stuff. So I want to be better, I want to do better, and I want to be a better like man, for this person and for myself. It is so beautiful when you have that connection with somebody that makes you want not just to be a better human being, for yourself, but also for everyone around you, and to really just drive and do good for yourself. Because a lot of people, when they're single, they focus on like, damn, like I don't have a partner to share this with and this with. But it's like, hey, let's change it to a positive mindset where it's like, for my future partner, what can I do to be better, not just for myself, but for my partner that I'm gonna love, whoever comes into my life. Yeah, that's what I don't know where. I just thought I had a rant out there.
I agree with all of that. I think if your partner doesn't motivate you to be independently better or to be able to be on your own, red flag. Because all my boyfriend wants from me is to be okay. God forbid anything happens without him. And he goes on camping trips. There'll be days I don't talk to him for like 3 or 4 days, but it's not like, oh my God, I'm dying without him. It's, wow, I hope he's having fun.
Yeah.
Independent growth.
Independent growth. People, you still need to be your own person while you're in a relationship. And if that person is controlling you to the point where they don't even allow you to go do your own things on your own, if you want to go do things on your own, it can be and turn into a big major red flag. Because one, they're going to start controlling where you go. They're going to start saying, oh, I don't want you to go out to this place, this place.
Familiar.
So just really, really make sure in a relationship you still have your independence. Yes, it's nice to go everywhere with your partner. Don't get me wrong. Like, I want to go everywhere. If I had my partner, like, I want to go everywhere with them. Yes. But if she communicates to me like, hey, like, I'm going to go out with some friends, or I'm going to go take a trip with family, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to go with you, or you can't go. Yeah. No, because she's her own person. She's still her own person. I'm not going to not just allow her to not go out and go do her own things on her own. Yeah. Because we're grown. We're our own people. We deserve to live our lives, even if it's separate from our partner. On to the next question. All right. What do you think? Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah, your hair.
Yeah.
This is a good one, actually. What do you think is the biggest challenge couples face today?
Oh, honestly, cheating. Like,
Yeah. Well, yes, but like also like
loyalty, honestly. Not in my relationship, but like, from what I've seen, loyalty's such a big fucking problem. Frick. Sorry to my future self that I've edited this, but loyalty is such a big deal in like this day and age. But it really is, because like when we were kids, I feel like it wasn't
as
I'm just with her for sex and then I'm gonna sleep with somebody else. It's I want to be with her. It's I want to do this, but now it's like I'm with her and somebody else.
Yeah.
Loyalty is such a big problem for couples, but in a sense of like emotionally, maybe like, oh, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what our biggest challenge is.
For you and
yeah.
And that's the thing. But that's not like something bad though. If you're having a challenge, that's the thing.
No,
what I
it's
find
not.
beautiful. People think that if a couple has no fights, no arguments, there's something wrong. Like no. I hate that. I hate how society has pinned like a really good couple who knows how to communicate, who is committed to each other, who are loyal to each other. People think, oh, there's definitely something toxic going on. No, it's just that two grown adults learn and know how to communicate properly their feelings and what they're thinking with each other, that they're able to talk it out. Both sides are heard, both sides are understood, both sides are like, both perspectives are heard from either person, and they're able to meet in the middle. That's what I always say. If you need to meet in the middle with your partner. Yeah. And if you're able to do that, it's not toxic. Obviously, it's going to look like a really good relationship and actually be a good relationship because they're actually figuring things out like how we're supposed to. I'm so sick and tired of seeing people saying, oh, like, I'm in a relationship or this person's in a relationship and it's all good and dandy. It's like, well, yeah, because they actually communicate and know what they're doing and know what they want.
In the almost 3 years that we've been together, we've never had a fight. Like a blow-up fight. Have we had little arguments? Yeah.
Of course.
But it's not anything crazy. It's like, hey, I don't like that you talk to me like this, but I know you weren't meaning it. Also, knowing your partner to the extent of, I know you didn't mean that to be mean to me, but it did hurt my feelings. Understanding that, I know from any sort of place, my boyfriend calls me a bitch, it's from nothing but love. Which sounds crazy, but that's just a relationship. He would never mean it. Mm-hmm. So, understanding that. Don't be so freaking sensitive either. That's another problem, I think, is girls are so sensitive. If he doesn't get you flowers every day, doesn't mean he doesn't love you. If he doesn't take you to dinner every day, doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Just because another guy's doing it doesn't mean he has to. Mm-hmm. Money is weird. The world is weird right now. Like, why? Don't fucking compare your relationship. Frickin' compare your relationship.
That's a good thing to say. Don't compare relationship because, I mean, obviously, some men should be showing their love and affection, but there's other ways to show love and affection without buying things or spending money on things. Like for me, like I would still buy flowers if I could, when I can, take her out to dinner when I can, you know. But I can still show her like, let's go for a walk together, me and you. Let's go talk, or let's go spend some time reading together, or let's go spend some time making something if she likes arts and crafts. Like there's little things that you can do that doesn't cost money, but it still shows your love and affection. Let me make her breakfast in the morning. Let me cook her dinner. Let me clean for her. Let me make sure like the house looks good when she comes home from work, so she's not like, you know, worried about like there's little things that you can still show your love and affection towards someone without having to spend so much money, because nowadays money is very, very hard to get, and you know, it's just difficult times for everyone right now, you know, with rent going up and bullshit. Anyways, but for me, I think the biggest challenge, and I'm always going to forever say this, communication. Oh. Like, it is so
that
crazy.
That didn't even come to my mind because we're so good at it.
That's a good thing. But for me, communication was number one.
Yeah. It is a big deal for a lot of people. Which, not going to sound like that person, but why is it so hard to just tell me how you feel? Why? If I can tell you, communication. Communication. Not on my part, but on the world's part.
Yeah. Because in my past, my previous relationship, what I like to do in a relationship and what I was trying to do is like at every end of the month or either every Sunday or something, I would always try to ask, like, hey, are we good? Am
It's
I giving
so
you what
good
you
to
need?
do. It's so healthy to do.
Right? Am I missing anything? And did I miss any kind of like your love languages? Like I always do a check-in is what I would call it. A little check-in.
Yeah.
But sadly, the previous partner wasn't honest with anything and would just say, yeah, it's fine, and then move on. And then it would just keep happening, and then it just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
So communication is a huge, huge, huge thing in a relationship, especially if you're long distance or if in any kind of relationship. You need to communicate how you feel and what you're feeling. And I know it's hard for some people because, yes, due to past trauma and past relationships, you might have been, shut down or yelled at or argued with. But if you know this person's a good person that you're with, and you know that they would never raise their voice at you or do you any harm, but will actually listen to you and try to understand what you're saying, it's okay. Just tell them. Just tell them how you feel. Tell them what bothered you, and hopefully they understand and they figure it out with you. And if they don't, then be like, okay, is this what I need in my life? Is this the person who really is gonna love me and actually understand and listen to me? Because you need to make those decisions, because you need to catch those red flags immediately, because you don't need to put yourself through more trauma.
Yeah.
At all.
Agreed.
Right? Okay. There we go.
Agreed.
That's mine. Communication is for me.
I need to fucking readjust. Sorry, y'all.
Sorry, y'all.
Shit.
Okay, next one.
Wait.
Go. No, you're good.
Ellie moved it.
Oh, sorry, my puppy. Everyone knows. I'm gonna make videos with my puppy. Don't worry, y'all.
Okay.
How has your past relationship shaped your current view of love?
How long do we fucking have, man? Like.
We can do part 2, everyone. We're probably gonna do part 2.
Oh my god. I'll try and both of our last relationships were the worst thing that's ever happened to us. Like, also,
Go ahead.
it's hard to hate them. Also, like, it's hard for me to hate her. It's hard for me to hate what she did just because of love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my past relationship was so bad. It was so toxic. It was all the negatives. It was all this, all that, and it was in my head because they loved me.
Mm-hmm.
So then my view of love was like, this is how I should be treated because they treated me like this when I was loved by them.
Mm-hmm.
So then I get in this relationship that I'm in now, and I'm like, why is he treating me like this? Why is he on my ass about everything? Why does he want me to go to the gym? Why does he want me to eat better? Like, because he wants me to be healthy. They wanted me to be skin and fucking bones because they were ugly.
They view themselves as like they were taking out their insecurities on you.
Yeah. So it really just like changed. Your turn.
So I've been in a lot of relationships. I was young, and due to my whatever childhood trauma that I had, it did affect how I viewed relationships and what I was witnessing as a kid. So I am very much a giver, and I love hard. She knows that. Yeah. I will give you literally my heart and soul and everything you desire, you need. I will give it to you without no questions asked. And I am still that way. And I honestly, I'm very happy that I am, and I'm holding on to that because I think that's the most beautiful and most genuine form of love out there. But now that I know what have I experienced, because I've had good relationships, I've had bad ones, I've had really horrible ones, and the recent was a really horrible one. Yes, there was good times, yes, but the emotional abuse that I experienced, it affected me a lot. And so it shaped not the view of how I view love, but it shaped the way that how
you think you should be loved?
Yeah. And I am still a little like weary, I'm like, okay, like, is this person being genuine? Is this person really like me for me, or the idea of me? Because now I think how I view love is that they just love the idea of me and not being with me. So yeah, like I always think people just love the idea of me being around, and then when they're done with me, that's it. So I'm still learning though, but now I know exactly what to look for. And that's what I'm taking from the experience. I still have every person that I have ever loved in my life or have given love, that love is still there. I'll always love them, and I'll always be, you know, that love. I gave it to you, keep it, because that's just who I am, you know. And I just think though I still believe in love. That's the thing. Like I still believe in genuine love. It's out there because you know we exist.
It's out there.
So,
also don't settle.
Don't settle.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Don't settle, okay?
Don't settle.
We know you're lonely. We understand the loneliness. We get it, but don't settle just because you're lonely. No.
But also give people room to grow.
Yes.
If you see potential in somebody, that's more than enough.
And that's why, like, for me, I want to take time with, if, like, loving someone, like, learning to love someone, like, learning to really love every single bit of them.
Yeah.
Like, I pay attention to very severe detail when I love somebody, like, what sets them off, why they were set off, their facial expression. I read everything. I read the body language. I read the face. Like, I go deep because I want to make sure I'm reading you. I understand you and why you're reacting that way. So, I just think that even though these experiences have shaped your view of love and what it maybe is, maybe take it as an experience of, okay, that's the kind of love I don't want to experience again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you want to add on to anything? Okay. All right. Next question. We'll go to like 40 minutes because we did like the beginning was like a little chaotic. So we have more time. Yeah. Well, like because we're setting up. So like we still have time.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I was like, what did I do?
No. What's the best relationship advice you've ever received? Ooh, that's a good one.
This is so stupid. I feel like it's so cliche, but like I've heard it said over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm like in the perfect relationship, it makes sense. Time can only tell if it's meant to be.
Oh.
Like, that is it.
Okay.
When I first met my boyfriend, I was like, I don't know. I see potential, so I'm going to go for it. And then over time, I was able to tell. But it's also, if it's meant to be, it'll be. Literally. If it's meant to be, any argument you'll work out.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, any fear, any whatever, you'll work it out. And if it's meant to be, you'll work it out. If not, it's not going to work out. If Lucas and I were together, he cheated on me, first of all, he'd be done. But if it was like, I want him to get better, and he grew and he changed and he never did it again, fine. If he kept doing it, it's not meant to be. Because of him, not me. But if it's meant to be, it'll be is also a really good chunk of advice. I know it sounds dumb, but it's true.
Yeah. Because if someone wants to be with you, they would prove it.
Yeah.
100%. No matter what, they're going to prove it to you. They're going to make sure that you know that they mean it when they say, I love you or I want to be with you.
Yeah.
They will show it. I'm telling you.
They will.
And if someone doesn't take the time for you or doesn't communicate with you, that shows. That person is not ready.
More than enough to not stay.
Yeah, and it's not your job to stay and fix them. That's one of the advice that I heard, is that it's not your job to fix somebody. If they want to change and grow with you, they will make that change and grow with you.
Yeah.
If someone is holding you back because they see you growing, but they don't want to grow with you, that's going to end up holding you back 10 times more. That's what happened to me in my past relationship. You know, like that, the person I was with, I didn't have any goals for the future, really wasn't trying to shoot for more, and I was always trying to shoot for more, and we never lined up. And that showed it's like, okay, you know, I have my dreams and passions that I want to grow, and sadly this person isn't really aligning with growing with me.
Sadly.
And even if you tried to fix it, I just ran out. I couldn't do it, you know.
Yeah.
There's only so much energy that you should be giving to this person. So that's what I say. If they're not willing to be fixed and change and grow with you, it is not your problem. There's nothing you can do, honey. And I know it must be hard to hear, because like you really think like, yes, all my love, all my this is gonna make them change if I just prove. No, because it's them. It is their decision. It is you can only do so much.
It's their problem.
Yep. Exactly. Anything you want to add on to that question?
Nope. I'm good.
Awesome. All right, ready? How important is communication in your relationship?
So important. If I could take every single one of you and shake you to death and tell you to communicate anything, I would.
We should shake the screen, put important in big
She
words.
put, oh, it is
Important.
so important. It doesn't matter what it is.
No.
The littlest thing is important because the littlest thing is going to become the biggest thing if you don't say anything.
Because you're going to be overthinking it. You're going to
Yes.
be overthinking the next day and the next day. And you're like, fuck. And then it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're
It
like,
is so important. It is one of the most important things of a good relationship is to communicate. If I'm upset and I'm going to tell you.
yes.
If I am on my period and I need you to get me food, I'm going to tell you that. If you're pissing me off, I'm going to tell you that. Because you don't know you're doing it until, I mean, you might know you're doing it. But then if it's like to be funny and I tell you, hey, you're actually really annoying me, you're going to stop.
Mm.
But if I don't tell you, it's just going to build and build and build and build and build.
Exactly. And like, it's okay to be like, hey, like, I am getting overstimulated or
Like burnt out.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
my social battery is just not there. Can we please not like joke around like that? Or can we please like, can you give me some space? It's okay to ask for space.
It is okay.
Doesn't matter if it's a relationship, friendship, family, whatever. It's okay to ask for space
Yeah.
because we do get like overstimulated. It does get a lot and it does get stressful. Where the point where you're just like, I need my alone time. I need just like, let me just go in my room, sit on my phone, or just listen to music, take a nap, anything. It helps a lot with a person because if our social battery is drained, people do get cranky. They get upset.
Yeah.
They're going to take it out. And they don't mean to, but it does happen. Like I tend to see sometimes when I get like a little like overstimulated or upset, I'll show it on my face
Yeah.
and how I talk,
For
you know.
sure.
And like that's not what I want to do. It's not towards you. It's just towards like
The situation.
everything's just getting too much. So it's okay to just communicate. Be like, hey, give me 5 minutes. Hey, give me an hour to myself. Or if you need a fucking day,
Take a day.
take the day.
Take a day.
It's okay. No one's gonna fucking die because like you're gonna go to your room or go fucking for a hike. You know, they want that for you. It's good for your mental health. And those who argue with it will be like, no, you don't need to be alone.
You don't need them.
Don't listen to that.
I'm also going to add to that, if you feel you need a break from your partner, that does not mean you're not meant to be.
No.
Every person needs a break from their partner. You just need a break from people. So just because you want a break from your partner doesn't mean, oh, I don't want to spend every living second with him. Oh, maybe we shouldn't be together. No, everybody needs a break from somebody at some point.
Exactly. Remember, because you're your own person. You have your own
Independent
feelings.
growth again.
Mm-hmm. And like your partner, if your partner loves you, they're gonna understand. They're gonna be okay, baby. Yeah, you go take that break. I'll be right here when you're ready. Someone who's like loves you, they're willing to wait. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. How has your view on love and relationships evolved?
It's evolved a lot. When I was a kid, I had a very misconstrued idea of love. Because my parents weren't always together. They are now. They're doing great now. But then I got in this really bad relationship. And it was the same kind of love. And it was like, wow, really? That's how it's supposed to be? And then now being in the best relationship I've ever been in with somebody I love to death and who loves me. It's very emotionally draining, to be honest. Like, to have one idea of love and then have another. And then have what it actually is like, damn. Like, I've been missing out on this. Like, I really let those people, like, treat me like this. Like, it's great, though. It's great to finally, like, feel the love that you're supposed to, but also know that that's the love that you're supposed to get.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That you know, I can see why you would question a lot because it's like, whoa, this is new. Like someone actually like is matching my energy and even doing more when my energy's not there. It's like, damn. So I can see that. I can see why people. I've seen a lot of like TikTok saying like, a lot of people sadly like they're crying and saying like being in a new healthy relationship, but their mind is self-sabotaging it because they're like, this is so good. I've never experienced it. Sometimes if it shakes, it's my puppy. But they're like, I've never experienced such love like this. And in the back of their mind, they're like, oh my God, like, do I deserve this? Is this what love is?
It's
like
so emotionally draining
I never thought of that.
To hear, like, because you, I guess, haven't had, like, the true love feeling yet. Like, properly.
Yeah.
Where it's just that, no emotional. Like, Because
I feel like, because the talking stage is different than actually being in a relationship. I'm going to say that. Because if you're talking to someone like I am, I mean, I know what I want. And I want this person, and etc. And I feel the love growing hella. But it's like, I'm not gonna like, there's still a certain kind of love that I'm gonna give you in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's completely different. So like, yeah, I feel like I haven't like, and I feel like once I'm like committed in a relationship, that's gonna be such a different feeling.
It's so emotionally draining because then you get, Ellie Mae,
babe.
then you get into this state of like depression a little bit because you do start to think like, why is just this one person out of the, I don't know, 6 who've done me wrong treating me like this? Do I just deserve what the other people have taught me? No, you don't. You don't ever deserve what comes to you. I mean, unless you started it. Yeah. But yeah, it can be emotionally draining. But love is so beautiful. Love is so beautiful when you have it.
And I say take the risk. That's another thing where I've like really taking it.
Ellie!
Ellie!
Oh,
come here.
Sorry guys.
Sorry, she was sorry.
Now the angle's all messed up. Shoot.
Sorry, y'all. But fuck what I was saying. But take the risk. Like for me, like I always was like thinking about like I don't want this person to be a what if. Like I don't want my fear of like past relationships to really affect this one. You know what I mean? Like I don't want this person to be a what if. And that's what you can like, sometimes that's what helped me change when I'm having negative thoughts. Like, I don't deserve this person. Like, what is this? Like, why are they loving me even? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I do is just be like, I don't want this person to be a what if. Like, I don't want to sit back and be like, damn, like, I never, committed to them or proceeded with this relationship because of my fears.
Yeah.
And then, what if it's the greatest relationship in your life? Like, what if it's the one? Like, what if this person is the one? And if they're not, that's okay. You know why? Because we have time. And there's
not my relationship. If he's not the one, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh well.
Just kidding.
This one doesn't work out. I'm done. But you know what I mean? Like, just take those risks. We're young, okay? You're young. It doesn't matter what age you are. Love is meant for everyone. Doesn't matter what age. Doesn't matter where you are in your point in life. Damn, that shiver. But love is for everyone. So take your time. And if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. At least you experienced it. What did you make that face for?
Is that your feet?
Yes. Look, I due to my anxiety and when I'm talking, I rub my feet together. And I rub.
So you probably can't hear it, but it's so loud. I thought it was somebody walking outside.
My feet. And when I go to bed too, I rub my feet. It's really weird. I don't know why I picked up that habit, but trauma. But anyways. Let's see. How do you navigate conflicts in your relationships?
I'm terrible at this. I'm so bad at conflict. In a relationship, I'm bad at conflict. I love conflict any other time of the day. But I feel like I also haven't had the conflict in a positive way. The conflict I had was in my bad relationship, and that just ended in like us both trying to beat each other's ass, which not good.
No.
So if I had to give advice how I think you should, it would be like, calm the F down. Like, if you feel you're gonna yell or you feel you're gonna hit somebody, go outside.
Yep.
Say, I'm getting really upset. I need to go outside.
I like that.
I don't want to yell at you. Don't ever yell. Unless, never. Don't ever yell. Also, I fully stand on don't ever go to bed mad. Yes. Ever. In a relationship, in a friendship, in a whatever. Don't ever go to bed mad. Because you don't want to wake up still mad. If him and I get in a friend fight, I'm going to fix it before we both go to bed. Because I know how to go to bed. And going to bed mad sucks.
It's horrible.
So, just go outside.
I completely
Can we come back to
that.
this when I'm not as mad? Like, if you don't understand why I'm mad, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you right now. Because I'm getting mad. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to go outside. I'll come back. We'll talk. We'll be good. But not right now because I'm getting too mad. If you feel yourself getting too mad, go outside. If they follow you outside and don't respect your alone time, then you can yell. Yeah. Because I would too.
That's literally the same thing I was gonna say, because I can get heated, and sometimes though, when people get upset, we can't think straight. You're not gonna think properly and understand, and because you're hearing their side and your side. So you also need time to, okay, let me think about why they feel this way, what they said, but also what you said, and how you can meet in the middle. So of course, when you need your time, you take that fucking time.
Yeah.
Because I need time to process
like what actually happened.
Yeah, and what they said. Yeah. Because I'm a little bit slower in the brain, a little bit with like things, and for when I need to collect my thoughts to what I want to properly say. Because if I don't have that time, I get very like, it makes me anxious, and then it just builds.
Because you don't really know what happened. You're
Yeah.
just like, well, what's happening? Why are you mad at me? What? And then they explain, and you're like, I don't get it.
And they're like, and that's when I say, when I genuinely say, if there's a conflict or in a situation, when I say I don't know, I mean
don't
it.
know.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it because I want to stop the conversation, or two, like I'm being petty. No, I genuinely don't know what to say because you're not giving me that time to really think and properly, because I don't want to say something I don't mean, or something that is totally completely wrong. Like, because in a situation, there was a conflict at work because I used to work with my previous partner, and there was a situation that happened, and I was just overstimulated. I needed to get out, and when I was trying to leave, they wouldn't let me leave. They would grab my arm, and somebody who was also there saw the interaction and was just like, whoa, forcefully making me stay. And that it did trigger me, because as a kid, I always never really had a place to run when there was, some serious shit going down at home. So it triggered me, and I was like, I'm really proud, even at the time, like where I was mentally, and I was not as like out there and confident. I was proud of myself for standing up. I said, do not touch me. Do not grab me like that. If I need to walk away, I need to walk away.
Yeah.
If I need to go, I need to go and take a breather. You cannot touch me like that. And I'm really proud to this day that I really did say something, because if I didn't, I would have been very overstimulated. I probably would have broken down, or ended up looking like the bad guy, because I either yelled or got upset. But no, I walked away, I went home, and I took a breather, and it made me calm down.
Yeah.
So just... yeah, so that we're gonna end off right there. Thank you for listening to us. If you want, we're gonna make a part 2, and if you really want a part 2, comment down below, and any other questions you want to hear for our podcast.
I just realized I probably look naked.
No, she's wearing a dress. I don't worry. But let us know. But thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy. We'll have a part 2 coming up. All right, ready? Guess what?